serve all mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DCUO SourceCast. I am, of course, Trex. My normal host, Super Patriot, is tied up at the moment. God knows what supervillain is he's trying to beat up, or he's probably stuck in a raid or something. There's probably no telling whatsoever. But I am once again here with Oi Dad.
Daddy.
Daddy-O's
fine, man.
Choose! Yes, once again, we're here with Daddy-O from the DCO Community Events Council here on the PC side. Hello, everybody. Yay. Oh, sorry, I'm really pumped because we just came from a very solid FNL. And, now Super Patriot's ready. Let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for this evening, Super Patriot, has joined the show.
What's going on, everybody?
You got stuck raiding again, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I got on, fairly decent time, and I was like, oh, next, I had a league mate. It's like, when I need a troller for Nexus, and I'm like, I was on my troller at the time, so I was like, I want to get gear for him anyways. And just didn't work out, man. I'm a little upset. I ended up having to leave. I left for you, Trex, if that makes you feel any better. I left for you.
I didn't want you in there to begin with. Gotta have your own time. But, very solid FNL we're going to get to in a little bit. We're also going to talk about the big news that showed up in tonight's FNL, which was a lot of Game Update 32 news. We got the official title for DLC 9. Gonna be some really cool news. So, first things first, let's go straight into some FNL Friday Night Legends. Once again, Daddy-O brought us another tournament from the USPC side, the Living Legends 2v2. This is the first time you've brought this 2v2 tournament to FNL. Well, under this name. The Olympic Games was 2v2, right? Or that was a 1v1.
The Dynamic Duos was a 2v2.
Yeah, that's right. But tonight we saw, it was an hour-long show, which is really cool. You had 33 teams signed up, correct? You had that,
yes.
The 33rd team was that backup.
Right. And we had the backup, but we didn't get a chance to use them. Everybody else was there, or they were a no-show. To someone who was there, so they got a bye to move into the next round.
Cool. So, how do you feel that this FNL, or especially this tournament, went for you compared to how your past ones went?
Very well. There was one bug with the chat tonight. Some people couldn't get their chat tabs up properly, so I was going back and forth between the Versus channel and the FNL channel, and
once
in these tournaments, and it was, without them it wouldn't be possible. So I appreciate everybody showing up and participating in the tournaments. And again, Clutchmeister and Future Slob won. They're the reigning champions. I believe that's their third event since SOE Live that they won that. They won the Dynamic Duos, and now they won the Living Legends 1.
That's right. Go Animate. Sorry, I cannot be. I'm trying to be biased as much as possible, but as a member of Anime Esports, I'm really happy for my team. Good job, Clutch. Good job, Slob. Just amazing. They did a great job, and of course, big props to Impervious and Artful Arrow. They definitely brought the match. Yep. They brought the fight to them.
Yeah, that was for the fourth place at Impervious one.
I'm sorry.
And, Arrow.
I'm sorry, it was
wound up in the bronze. Wonder Derp and African American Adam.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Brought it to him.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong section of the challenge site. But it was really cool. I might have to think about grabbing, or at least doing like a separate audio and grab some of these guys from a tournament, because I want to know what they felt, especially choosing the Legends characters that they did. Apparently, King Felsa is more of a two-faced character, but he went with Lex Luthor in one of the matches.
Yeah, and it was kind of surprising seeing Two-Face was in there a couple times, Luther was in there a couple times. I think the winners were using Wonder Woman and Steel again, and then Wonder Derp and African American Adam used Two-Faced and Wonder Woman, I believe.
Yeah. We have a question here from Eminence saying that are the next set of tour tourneys going to be 2v2? And I think they're all going to be 2v2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until we get something set up.
We're changing the. I think we're changing the map up though this time around, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll be changing the map. Map will be different. We try to rotate those through, but it's going to be 2v2s for a while, just until we can find a solid way to make sure we can get 4 people teams and 5-person teams set up, where it's fair to everybody. Because if you guys
that's something
are
we're
short
working
2
towards,
players for a 4v4, yeah, it's definitely something we're working towards.
Yeah, it more comes down to being able to rely on the people that sign up for these things to actually show up, than it is, to actually put together like a 4v4 or something like that. Because Eminence, of all people, I mean, you've taken part in several competitive ones on the PvP side and all that. I mean, there's lots of no shows. There's lots of no-shows that come up on, to show up for these things. We had some with the Olympus Legends FNL tour, and as you said, you had a couple of people not show up for yours either there, Daddy-O. So, I mean,
yeah, just
it more comes down to being able to rely on the people that sign up.
I concur. So... Now, do we actually have? If I heard Meps correctly, you guys have an official challenge site with the FNL Tour right there. Yeah, the FNLTour.challenge.com.
Yep, and the next one's going to be on the PS3, PS4. That's going to be Super Patriots, right? With the Olympic Legends too.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a 2v2 Legends. I believe we're going with the Batcave for this time around, not the Inner Sanctum map. So one node. So we're
just regular back.
Expect to see some pretty good brawls going on there on that middle node there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people were complaining that they didn't have the DLC to have the Inner Sanctum map, but I told them, if you're active players, buying a download, for your lifetime of playing it's only $10, and there's a lot of queuing about that, and it's like, well. To be fair, there's people that have the map that want to participate. Don't feel penalized because you don't have it. Your option is to spend the $10 and get it.
That's correct. So, we of course saw that Wonder Woman. It was a combination of Wonder Woman and Steel was the winner of this tournament. I definitely saw in chat that people are going with Wonder Woman's a little OP. Have you guys tried out Wonder Woman yet?
I have tried out Wonder Woman. I have not seen the OP-ness of her yet. She's definitely really good. She's definitely a lot of fun. I think it's got something to do with that coup de grace move that she's got, which I have yet to figure out how to pull off successfully. So maybe that's why I'm not seeing it. But yeah, she's definitely good though. She's definitely good.
Yeah, that 35% when she gets you down to that 35%, she hits that, it's like being one-shotted. So just a bit, maybe, if they check it.
Okay. So if you guys want to participate in the FNL tours, be sure to head over to FNLTour.challenge, that's with an O.com, and you can sign up for the USPS3, the Olympus Legends Roman numeral 2 on December 6th, and then the Living Legends 2v2 Roman numeral 2 on December 20th. These are 2 dates. You can go ahead and start signing up for it. I cannot wait to start seeing it. We talked last week, Daddy-O, that we saw a lot of, just to say, a lot of no names in the tournament tonight, and going by the rankings here, I mean, I see that like Impervious Woman and Alpha Arrow was like the 29th seed going pretty far. And especially given Clutch and Slob a good fight. So you were right, sir. These tournaments can definitely surprise you.
It's all about people participating. You never know who's going to show up and take you out. Even the 11th, second place with the 11th ranking was Wonder P and African American Adam. I mean, those guys were middle of the field, and they just right through to the end. So it's like you'll never know who's going to win. I was a little. I saw King Felsa took out Mathalos and Shadowsmith, and I was like, oh no, because those are my guys from Most Wanted. You know, I wanted to see them go a little further, but hey, they made it to the finals. So
yes, very.
And Eminence, Eminence even pointed out too the 16th seeded team for the Olympus Legends is the team that won that night. So yeah, it's like I agree, Daddy. It's all about who shows up and who participates and shows up and everything. That's going to come out on top. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of the new names, like you, show up for these things. And we have Meps here in the chat saying that both of the tournaments are now open for signups.
So there you go, guys.
So I get that on over.
Great.
These things are going to fill up really fast, so I definitely recommend if you guys want to be part of this, go on out there and get to the site. Go ahead and sign up for these tournaments before they get filled up. If you have to be part of one of the guys who are the backup teams, I mean, I really truly wish that all the teams would be able to participate, but because of time constraints and how many people actually show up, I mean, you could of course sign up to be a backup and cross your fingers that you're able to get into the show.
And that's it. You know, it's like being on standby for a flight. You never know if you're going to go or not.
Yep. All right. So once again, Daddy-O, great job with another successful tournament, Super Patriot. We're looking at you for the next PS3. I do have to say that because, like I told Daddy at the beginning of the show, starting it earlier, like during Yinz's pre-show, and then once FNL starts, you're already right there in like the quarterfinals. It was perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah, because then they even asked the audience which match they wanted to watch out of the 4 that were going on, so that was nice. And I think we'll be keeping it at the 32 teams. Seems like a good balance. Get it started a half hour early. It comes in and the show's an hour long, basically, as long as there's nothing holding it up. Now, my concern is next week or the next tournament that Super Patriot might be doing with the PS3 and PS4 players. Will the PS4 players have an advantage over the PS3 players?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I've had some people... I mean, obviously, the PS4, Daddy, you played on it. PS4 is, like, beautiful. It runs so nice and smooth. Everything's so nice, crisp, and clear. I have not experienced any lag at all, really, with it. And it's a possibility that that may be the case because there's not that much lag. I mean so I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yep. Yeah. So it'll just be a work in process.
Yeah, it will be. It will be for sure.
That's right. Now I also want to point out that Yins was trying to talk about something that DK, one of the guys from Anime Esports, talking about this cool little Batman statue. I'm actually working with DK. DK sent me over this idea for a prize for a little contest to get the statue. And I've actually have the pictures. I'm producing the video for them as their DCO correspondent. So you guys need to head over to Anime Esports Facebook, their Twitter, their YouTube channel, especially your YouTube channel, because I'm going to be posting a video talking about the contest, and it's a really cool contest for a really badass prize. This is like I want this prize. It is a great Batman statue, and it is signed by Yins and Larry Liberty. So once again, congratulations to Anime Esports, Clutchmeister, and Future Slob. Terrific job, guys, and congratulations to all of the people who participated. You guys did a fantastic job. I really wish that we could have like highlighted at least some of those matches, but it's going to be great stuff. So let us go ahead and go straight into the big news that's been going on. So Meps and Yins at the beginning of the show gave out some cool little announcements. What were these announcements? Well, these announcements were apparently about Game Update 32 coming soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks, but it's soon. I don't know when. They haven't said when, but, whoosh. They also said that DLC 9 will be coming out next year. Time frame, I didn't hear a time frame, but I'm not really sure just yet. But yeah, just stay tuned. In the next couple of weeks, they're going to be giving out some information about DLC 9. It is officially called War of the Light, Roman numeral 1. I think that's exactly how they said it, Roman numeral 1. Which is cool with me. I'm okay with that. So, with Game Update 32, they first talked about... Oh, what did they talk about? I got my list right here. I'm sorry. First things first. Nature and sorcery revamps. How many people are excited about this stuff, right? That's right. Nope. One person in the chat that I saw. Woo!
Yeah. I think everybody else just passed out.
Wake up! Single time to sleep. Now, with these revamps, they are not going to be revamping the actual visual arts. I know we're all sad about that. I know I'm definitely sad about that. But we live and we move on. These revamps are still going to fix a lot of gameplay issues, fix a lot of power interactions that are going to be coming with these powers. So there's at least that silver lining. Every forum post I've seen so far about Game Update 32 or even these revamps, it's always it's like the negative stuff. I just don't hear anything positive, and I cry a little bit about that. Especially when I read a post saying second year in a row with only 3 DLCs released, so much for new DLC every 3-month goal. Epic fail. Luckily, I'm a guy. And I'm going to keep a lot to myself. But I'm definitely going to write it in my hate journal. Actually, I'm going to call it my troll journal. Sounds a lot nicer.
I just got an image of you being like Steve Buscemi from Billy Madison sitting down there in his basement with a list of people he crosses off with a red marker.
Yeah! I can neither deny or confirm that. That is a good visualization, though. Kudos, sir. We don't know when of course these changes are going to be coming on the test server. Again, we don't know when, but we just have to wait and see when it actually comes up. And there's going to be a lot of extensive testing. Oh, I got feet. For Jin's point, or I'm sorry, as Mips point out in the chat, 3 months is a target and one we like to get better at hitting. And especially on a developer standpoint, things happen. We have all seen that things just happen, and it just does. You can't fix it. Also coming in this game update is, did you at least listen to the FNL announcement there, Soups? I'm wanting to throw this to you.
Wish I could have. I wish I could have, but go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
New PvP season.
Yes.
No more lockouts.
Yes.
No more. You can PvP all day, every day, as much as you want. It doesn't matter. You can PvP if you want to.
Should be doing that anyways. Everybody should be doing that anyways, because damn it, PvP is just fun.
As we saw in this last tournament.
Yes. So I mean, you should be doing that anyways. But the fact that you're going to be actually getting rewards and all that, no lockouts anymore. That's fantastic news. That's fantastic news.
Along with this, we're gonna have a new gear, which I think I might play my villain a little bit more because for new gear, we have Amazo inspired gear for the villains and Red Tornado for heroes. Nice little Tio Maro spin that you got there, and a Dr. Ivy. I know, Dr. Ivo.
Dr. Ivo.
He was on Arrow.
Yes, he is.
It's cool.
Barry Allen next week.
I know.
All you Flash fans out there.
Woo! It's gonna be super good.
I gotta admit, I've been loving, this little segue here, but I've been loving the way they've just been slipping in this whole particle accelerator storyline. Like every episode, there's just one little tidbit, just one little tidbit on the news or something like that, and then they're back into whatever the show's about. So,
we have a question here from Tainted Light. Who's inspired for the villains? It's Amazo. He's an android created by Dr. Ivo, who actually has the abilities of every member of the Justice League. I think even some random heroes too, but I know he has abilities of from the actual Justice League.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly or not, didn't they a while back, have like plans to introduce an Amazo open world bounty? There's going to be like a raid group bounty. And they did some. I think they did some 3D modeling for it.
There is a picture floating on the internet somewhere that there is an Amazo 3D character. Yes.
Yeah, character model.
Yeah, there is that. If you can find it.
So I wonder, in that Amazo they were looking at introducing into the game, I guess at the time, looks exactly like the Amazo from Young Justice.
Yes, he looks.
So that's going to be pretty beast.
Also coming in Game Update 32 will be. I just want to make sure I grabbed every information about PvP. Yes. Okay. The seasonal Christmas event. Season's Greetings. With my buddy, my favorite, Larfleeze. Can't wait to see my buddy back in action.
Yeah.
Now, are they going to introduce new items? Hopefully. I'm definitely banking. My God, it's a long script of.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sure they'll have some holiday housing items in there for us this year.
Well, there's a.
Please let me have a Christmas tree. Trex wants a Christmas tree.
Or
how about a toy train?
There's a feat on the already showing up under the seasonal feats for winter holiday with 13 lair items. 13 total lair items.
Since I'm actually on the game, let's take a look. Because I'm actually on a new character, so I haven't done anything. Because he wasn't here last year. Of course, we have the North Pole style. 13 base items. Decked halls. Woot woot. It's only like a level. It's like a level 10 thing. But, yay for that. So, I would like to see maybe something different with the actual event itself. But, I mean, if it's the same as last year, I can't really complain because I still had fun last year. But, I mean, maybe some small stuff. But, I don't know, that's just me. I'm weird. But the event itself, if you guys were not here last year for it, you guys are in for a treat. It is short, it's fun, and I want a Christmas tree. That's all I want. I don't make it 40. Make it 40 marks. I don't care. I'll get it. I will get that Christmas tree.
Oh, what they give us last year? The Santa Claus outfit that you buy in the.
It was the North Pole set. Yeah, that's
vendor.
Still, yeah, it's going to be still there according to the feat list.
And then they had candy cane weapons.
Yeah.
That was the first year. Candy cane weapons were the first year.
That's right.
And you have the snowman trinket.
Yep, snowman trinket. I wonder if we're gonna be able to. I wonder if we're gonna be able to buy that from the vendor like we did with the Mr. Boo.
Maybe
This time around, and we're gonna be yeah.
Now it would be pretty cool if
Reindeer
we got like
sleigh
an
trinket.
elf. If we got like an elf pet or something, an elf trinket. Santa's little helper.
I think that was.
What? I mean, if we're
Yeah, a
gonna
little Rudolph.
see, he's in the spirit. I can go with a little that too. And then, oh yes, and as Brittany says, the hats. Oh, the hats. Oh my god, and the Christmas sweaters too. Oh, those blasted Christmas sweaters.
Yeah, but those were always drops. Most of those were drops. And they weren't really like stat wise or anything like that. The snowman trinket was like the holy grail of the winter event last year. I remember everybody was trying to get that snowman trinket. I have a buddy of mine who spent $25 on vault tickets, rerunning the vault to get it.
That's right.
And finally got it. I got it from the event, like hugging into it like the third day, and I laughed at him relentlessly.
That's right. I did forget that part.
Although he did get the damn sharpshooter legs, which I still have yet to get.
At least you know they're there. At least you know they're there.
Yeah, and they've so-called increased the drop rate, even though I got my second Kryptonian chunk in I don't know. I got mine a few months back. The first one I ever got was a few months back. I got a question though about before we get in further into it, we're going back a little bit to War of the Light. Did they drop any news at all or comment at all about the quote unquote leak?
Do you mean if Yen's commented on it?
Yeah. So did they comment at all on the leak?
No, but I mean at the same time, all of us Green Lantern fans, the Lantern Corps members out there, you all know who you are. We already knew who that guy was, and he is definitely.
I'm talking about the leak. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, the forum stuff.
Not the picture of Saint Walker behind his.
Matt says that they did not comment. Matt's saying they did not comment.
See, I thought you were talking about.
So nobody brought it up, or they just ignored any questions about it.
Most likely. I mean, it's definitely out there, and I don't even want to talk about it because I feel like I'm getting spoiled because I want my news to be when they announce it, so I can get all happy and glee, not with some person finding some thing that was in a whatever. But by the way, that picture was not of Saint Walker; it was Brother Worth, the elephant.
Oh.
So yeah.
Excuse me. It was a blurry picture.
Well, you know what? Blame Yenz's iPhone. All right, let's just go with that. Go with that, Mark. But but speaking of that little forum post, until I hear official otherwise, I'm gonna take it as just false stuff or just an error. But I'd rather wait till I hear from Yenz or Meps about that. But it's still gonna be
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, I just had to ask, because I wasn't able to see it. So
yeah, I saw the thread, I saw the video, and then I was just like, I'm out. Didn't care anymore. But going back to the actual PvP stuff, I did actually want to talk about that. The home turf trinkets, all but the equipment mods, will be eliminated from 1v1 PvP. So,
nice.
No more Pokemon.
No more.
No more Poke battles.
No more No more pets in deathmatch.
Just in
deathmatch.
And
Moonbase will be coming back, but not as Capture the Flag, right?
Is that what they said? I heard the Moonbase.
Yeah.
It's from deathmatch.
Moonbase is coming back, but not as a. Yeah, it's going to be a deathmatch, not a CTF.
Any group size deathmatch. Okay.
Oh, okay. So just the deathmatch maps, you can't use them.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Moon will be coming back. Cannot wait. Changes coming to the Moon. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. I mean, I did like being the quarterback. I will give you that. Just like, go, I got the rock. Hut. Oh, I'm dead. I got sacked. You guys suck. They have also stated that the PvP gear won't work in PvE instances. I'm going by a
Can we
forum
get
post.
that? Can we get that? Can we get the same thing for PvP instances with the PvE gear?
Hold on. No mention of whether or not the opposite will be changed. PvE gear in PvP matches. So, not sure. If, someone nudge wants to clarify, I'm all game. But if he doesn't, I understand. But, I mean, that's at least a step in the right direction, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's there's for every person you hear. I'm sorry, we hear there's a lot more complaints about people using PvE gear in PvP than there are people using PvP and PvE.
Not gonna lie,
To be
that's
honest,
true.
there are.
There are. But also, now, and by the way, I mean, this is already a lot of stuff coming in this game update 32, and I had parents going into my ear about some stuff, so I'm not really sure. But we got armories. I want to make sure if armories is actually going to come in game update 32 before I actually say it is. Want some clarification
I believe, yeah, I'm looking at some conversations going on in one of these other chats that I was
yeah.
in here, and I don't know. Did they say armories? Yes.
I think they did say armories.
I know they said armories. It was in their little title. It's in the title on FNL. But armories will release in December. So, neat.
So everybody gets one, and you can buy others.
That's right. What's Spider-Man always say? Everybody gets one. Family Guy reference? Nobody? You guys fail me. Now I know what Jens goes through with MEPS. God. But, yes, armories. Woo! Armories. It's going to be so fun. So much goodness. Armories. You will save all your gear, the appearances, the colors, the power spec, the skill spec, and, yeah. Change on the fly via the quick menu. And if you... for all the people who are not here before they changed to the auto loot, you had to hold down your trigger buttons on your controllers. I think... What was the button on the keyboard, Daddy? Do you remember to, collect all the loot? Wasn't it control?
The control? Yeah, it was control.
Control. Okay. So
Control.
you'll just hold down the those buttons, especially on the trigger, because that's what I always use, so I can always go by that. But you'll hold down the 2 trigger buttons, and a little menu will pop up with your armories, and you'll just select them through there. I can't wait to see what the UI looks like, too. It's expecting awesomeness. But yes, everybody will get 1 free armory, and you'll be able to purchase the rest of them on the marketplace. How much are they going to be on the marketplace? I don't know. Maps won't tell me.
It says you can have 4 usable at once, and if you have 4 bases, you have 16 different placeables in your bases. So.
Wow. It's going to be so good. So much fun.
16 setups, that's a lot.
Yeah. Wow, man. So we are looking at just a max of 16 then.
Well, you only allowed 4 layers, and 4
right.
in each layer, so...
But you can only use 4 of them at once.
I have to ask. How many people are going to be using 4? I mean, I guess 4 is the best number, really. I mean, you got DPS, you got for me as the character I'm playing now, DPS, healer, and PvP. That third one, what's the third one going to be? Or the fourth one is whatever I want it to be.
Well, if PvP and your PvP and in your role, or your PvP as DPS.
Touche.
You know.
So I'm looking at 1 for tanking, 1 for range DPS PvE, 1 for melee DPS PvE, 1 for PvP tanking, 1 for PvP DPSing, and 1 for 1v1. So I'm looking at probably 6.
Jeez.
right there. Because I'm so sick of respecking. I made one of my league mates go to tank because he had fewer skill points than me.
Super Patriot.
The other night, I was like, nope. I was already respect for DPS. He's like, I'm already respect for DPS too. I'm like, well, you got fewer skill points than me.
And of course, you throw in there. It's like, who's the who's the league leader? I thought so.
No, I didn't do that. I did tell him though. I was like, even though I reset this, I promise you, I will not tank this group. All right. And he's like, what? He's like, why? He's like, why? You think I'm going to switch to DPS? I was like, no, I'll just leave.
Boom.
And he's like, all right, I'll just follow respect.
That's good. But yes, Armories will be coming in December. When in December, not really sure. If it comes out on like Christmas Day, that one of the guys just has to go run into the office, just like flip a switch to upload the patch and then leave. Christmas is early.
So did they specify whether or not we're going to be able to use these things in combat or?
They said on the fly, so I can only guess.
I wonder if this could be the weapon switch thing that we've all been looking for.
Yeah,
being able to equip
it definitely
like
is for me.
weapon.
Definitely will be for me. I mean, geez. So I know a lot of people have definitely been wanting that as well, and armories, especially with people just going as like, I just want to switch for my weapon, but it won't save my style. Guess what? Armories. You will be able to use it in combat with a cooldown. So you're looking at a 4-hour cooldown. It's my guess.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that because I got a feeling they're going to be coming out with content. I mean, especially like we talked about with the new individual or the single target taunts that tanks have now.
Loving them.
Which I mean is awesome and all that, but there's really no content right now in the game that really needs 2 tanks. So I'm wondering if maybe that we're going to start getting content like that, where, 2 tanks, have to be in there. There's 2 bosses. One of them has to be tanked on this side at this spot in the room. The other one has to be tanked on this spot in the room, and you have to keep them there in those areas. I wonder if, we're going to be looking at, I mean, because, with, a whole 2 tank option right there, that's limiting the DPS going through the rest of the raid. So being able to have, like 2 tank powers in there, one of them DPS and the whole time, and then switching over to tank for those boss fights like that, I don't think the cooldown is going to be extremely long.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it was.
Well, Armories will be coming in December. I, for one, cannot wait. This is definitely going to be one of those great game changers for the game.
See, now I'm really surprised that they're doing it in December because I thought they didn't release anything between December and January because of the holidays. So hopefully it'd be early.
Well, this is an update, not a DLC, so maybe that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, and I know for one thing on the test is going to be really hectic because it's going to be so much goodness.
Yeah, I'm curious how many different armories you guys are going to be able to have access to on the test server too. If they're going to give you more than one to test out, the different, I want to switch to, Armory B and all that. Okay, now I need to switch to Armory D type scenarios. I wonder how exactly we're going to do. I mean, okay, he said we'll hold down the, R2 and L2 buttons for the controllers, but is there going to be a way for us to like toggle through which armory we want to switch to?
Yeah. We have Meps in here right here coming with some of the limitations were due to the PSN store. Marketplace cash means we can release stuff a lot easier. So booyah.
Does that mean we're getting marketplace cash sales?
Most likely. That's definitely one of the things that Meps was really excited about. So yeah. When are those sales going to be? Yeah. Don't haggle. Just calm down.
All I'm saying is I cannot remember the last time we had a marketplace cash sale. So It'd be nice to have one.
It would be, wouldn't it? It would.
You PC guys in your station cash. Yeah, we have a station cash sale. I want 90% off station cash sales.
Nice one. Thank you, Aiden Warren. Thanks, Aiden Warren, for showing the link to the What's Next in DCUO. It's I'll call this a mini roadmap, a mini map of what's coming. So you can see that Game Update 32 will have the Nature and Sorcery revamps. Game Update 32 will have the PvP Season 2. December will have Armories, and then DLC 9 War of the Light Part 1 will be coming out next year. When next year? Not really sure. But it's all going to be so much goodness. So much goodness. So, so let's see if there's any questions in here. Michael Grid did have a good question. Our armory styled with our lair. How would that even be possible? I mean, I'm not really sure how Michael Grid's envisioning it. I feel like I hit. We have Meps came in with armories will have one look, but they display your suit of gear that matches the armory, so you can make them look quite unique. Looky there. So that's going to be really cool to see your own your style in your lair. It's going to be cool. All right.
I still want statues of myself and my members.
That's what I'm saying. I think statues of me and Daddy-O should be, perks that people get. Make it like a 12 collection thing. For people's lairs, and it's just
I'm not sure
Trex
how.
got quiet.
I'm not sure if anybody really want that. I'm just not sure. But coming into the forums a little bit, just trying to find stuff to really chit chat a little bit. I know when the Nature and Sorcery revamp comes into play, especially when it hits the test server, we are going to have Thor and Tharkus back on the show to give a little insight on how they feel about these revamps, because those two are definitely the guys in charge with that. The guys that I always look to with advice coming to those powers, and they do a really good job with their guides and hints and everything. So I want to focus over to Super Patron Daddy-O. Another week on the PlayStation 4. How you guys enjoying it?
Let me see.
I love the gameplay.
A hero to level 30, a villain to level 30, and I'm really enjoying it.
How's your new villain? How's your new tune coming along there, Trex?
I will find out Sunday when I continue leveling them up. Because I'm at work, just typing away, doing not my actual work, but my work, and I see Daddy-O. Oh, I'm live. I'm like, oh, it's cool. He's live at 10 o'clock in the morning. Wish I could be live at 10 o'clock in the morning on Twitch. Yay! Like, oh, what's that? Noon? You're live at noon? He took a break. Oh, look at there, 3 o'clock. Oh, he's living the life. So yes, he's able.
That's what happens when you become old and decrepit.
Ain't gonna lie, can't wait. But speaking of which, there was the first PS4 client fix that came into effect today. And I just want to click on the linky. So yeah, there were some issues with the UI that all the group member status bars will now display on the HUD when the group is larger than 2 players. Players once again choose to deactivate or delete their characters in the collect screen. Speaking of which, I think you linked me the Kotaku, right? Super Patriot, you linked me the Kotaku link. No, I'm sorry, it was linked by DCUO with Kotaku, and one of the pieces of article in there was, of course, it was like the launch day. There were going to be some bugs. One of the bugs is the fact that he had 4 characters, and he was scrolling through them, and the character was staying stuck. And I don't even think he called it. I think he even the writer registered it as a bug, but treated it as like that was a normal thing. I have to probably go look back at that Kotaku article because at the same time, I don't read Kotaku. They're like 50-50 and sometimes 10-90 because they can get all their stuff really bad, really wrong, really fast. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of good fixes here, especially with your trophies now. The Sons of Trigon's trophies have been fixed.
Yeah, I just switched characters here so I could go farm while we were talking. And I had like every single Sons of Trigon trophy that I already gotten just all of a sudden just like started banging off on my screen. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I've had those.
It's like, where do these come from? It's like, oh, I know now. But it's these, and people were actually talking about how it was a 5 gig patch. 5 gigs. And you look at it, it's like, it's not that much for a hotfix. But apparently Maps came on the forums and said it's just on how the PlayStation 4 is configured that it looks like a large patch like that.
And it was weird on the PS4 download. It didn't tell you how much it was. Couldn't even see the download. Just said there was an update.
Yeah, see, I didn't. I saw that there was an update after I'd already fired up my PS4 and had it up for a while because I was trying to get my recording gear working here, and the update started while I was like not looking, and I didn't realize it.
Maps did come in saying that the PS4 packaging is not ideal. They're hoping to improve it. So as you see, it's new system, brand new system, work in progress. It's all we can do is just wait, be patient. Because I know with new consoles, it's gonna be tricky. I love last week Xbox players or Xbox users going, "Oh, PS4 is being broke. Are there bricks? Oh, you got that blue light of death." Then of course the Xbox Ones come out, and all of a sudden, your Xbox One's catching on fire, son! It's on fire! It's crazy, you guys, people. And PC players are just going, I just have a dirty keyboard. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. So whoop whoop. Yeah, but the packaging is all handled on the PSN, not them. It's on PSN. Mostly just like how on the PS3, all the lag I think it was practically coming more or less from the PSN network.
Yeah, I mean that's been established for a while.
People forget,
people not realizing that that's not a phone jack in the PS3s. That's full LAN cable.
Wow. I don't know if I want to go that far.
But I mean, with the PSN, with the PS4 and the PS3 and all, any update that they or hotfix or change or anything like that they try and put on a game, it's got to go through a QA process with the PSN. So that's why it takes a couple of days longer for hotfixes to come out and updates and stuff like that. It's like, and it's not just DCO has to go through that. Every game company, every developer that puts out a game on the PS3 or the PS4 has to go through that process. So that's just the way the world works.
It's the way the cookie crumbles. Yes. A forum post I definitely wanted to come and a little talk about is a post I replied to today, and luckily I wasn't really rude as Super Patriot normally calls me. And I'm not rude on the forums. I just sound snarky, and I'm not apologizing for that. But this forum post was, your spit shine isn't going to work, and it's once again about the Game Update 31 graphic updates that was done. It's still astounding me how people can look at a game update and focus only on one thing when the game update had more than just graphics. Just a graphic update. It had the whole new leveling was redone. and I completely love the leveling. I do. I mean, Daddy, what do you think? Because you leveled 2 characters on hero and villain. Now, how do you feel about the leveling process now compared to the old days?
Well, now it's streamlined. I mean, it's very simple. Just it's directing you from one to the other, to the next, to the one after that, and the one there. It's no longer take this and guess where it leads to, or take this and follow that chain over there for a while, then come back and now I have to go do Batman and Gotham. And it's all streamlined, and it's really no nonsense. I'll put it that way. It's no nonsense. You get in there and you do it. Once you're 30, you can go back and experience all those other storylines because they're still being the quest journal. I did what? When did the PS4 come out? 22nd?
It came out last week. Last week?
Yeah, last week. So, I mean, I've been
15th.
streaming both 15th. I've been streaming both characters as I leveled. I think I was doing maybe 4 or 6 hours a day. And you probably level in 8 to 10 hours if you stay straight at it. You can probably just go from 0 to 30 right up. But I'm not going to sit there straight 8 to 10 hours for it. So I like taking my little breaks, But I got 2 characters up there, and it was really simple and easy to get them up there. The storylines compared to the heroes and the villains now, there's maybe 25% overlap. Depending on your, you still have to go through certain grinds, like with the Omax towards the end and everything for hero and villain, but otherwise the storylines are completely different, which is nice now.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm leveling this my Celestial character right here, prepping for, or really taking notes on how Celestial is working out so far as a leveling purpose. And I'm having a lot of fun so far. But with this with Game Update 31, it brought the leveling, it brought the new graphics, and apparently people are just still not happy. And I'm sorry, you people are just not happy. I don't know what to tell you. I try. I really do. I try to be nice, and normally it pays off. But with this thread, it just came out to the point of, like, of course, the old saying, you could paint a turd gold, but it's still a turd. And that was verbatim on how he put it onto the forum. Yeah, but just stop playing with poo. That'll probably help you a lot. That's all I gotta tell you. I mean, his first... go ahead, Daddy.
I started doing some duos today, as a fresh 30. And not like having my computer guys up there with 160-something skill points and full armor and everything, and just redoing that content with other guys that are at the same level or lower or higher. And there's a lot of noobs out there, and I'll consider myself one, because using a controller instead of the keyboard and mouse is a big difference.
Yes, it is.
That's a big difference. I'm still fumbling trying to figure out which trigger activates certain powers, Is it the left one for the fireball or the right one in X?
I have those Skype messages, definitely. But I mean, apparently he's going on with the microphone issues still not working properly. I was on the PlayStation 3, especially with Daddy-O, or with Super Patriot a lot, and I've never had microphone issues. I mean, Super Patriot, can you describe these microphone issues that some players are apparently having?
Well, the microphone issues is the fact that a lot of people's headsets aren't working with the PS4. So I know, like, there's an issue like with Turtle Beaches. Like my Astro A40s or A50s, they're working fine. I've been using them since day one. But a lot of people who use like Turtle Beaches, and even the this is kind of funny, the Sony Pulses, the wireless headset that they made for the PS4, or I'm sorry, for the PS3, doesn't work with the PS4 right now. And they're working on, they've said that they're going to work on, getting a firmware patch out there to So all these headsets work and everything like that. But they gave us these little earbud things, which I'm sorry are just horrendously bad.
Hey, I don't think so. I mean, the microphones on it good for streaming. I can hear people when they're talking to me. So I'll have to. They're cheap, but they work.
Yeah, I don't know. So I can't do it with the earbuds anymore because 15 years working around jet aircraft, my hearing's not as great as it used to be. So I needed my Astros in order to hear people.
I just hate people with open mics, man. They got to use that push to talk. You get in there and you hear these people talking to their family or the baby crying in the background. People smacking kids against the wall. It's like, give me a break.
Wow. I don't know what you were listening to, but I'm going to need you to stop or at least call the cops. But I completely agree. As a PC player, we are definitely... That's what freaked me out when I came into the PlayStation 3. And I'm like hearing all this background noise. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? What? No. And I found that even trying to talk to Super Patriot, I'm like, crap. I'm going to have to open it up. And it's like, I even had to apologize to people. It's like, I'm apologizing now. If you hear stuff in the background, it's not me. It's just a kid being yelled at because he can't do his work. That's all I can. But, let's see here. Question from McFiggle. Finished my level 30. No, I passed out. Even the Red Bull didn't even help me. But I'm going to go Saturday. I was planning on going into streaming on Saturday, but I do remember that is the day of the doctor, and it's going to stay the day of the doctor. So, no anything for me all day. If I do something, it'll be like an hour in between something. But I'm watching Doctor Who all day. It's gonna be a good day. Good day. Sunday might be something cool. Might be something cool to do. Can
I just say that it's really pathetic when Ice Tank has to go get a Celestial DPS to help him because he keeps getting his ass kicked in open world farming?
Did I do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just want to put a comment out there.
Okay.
Just
Awkward.
commenting.
Awkward.
Just commenting on current situation going on this moment. Anyways.
Nice.
Oh man, if I find these guys, they're freaking toast.
Another point to take I want to grab from this thread was I still laugh every time I have to read this, but he came up with the vault. The vault still drops garbage, and you really need to up the drop weight on what used to be the PvP gear in there, like the Checkmate Informant. I do believe that the Checkmate Informant stuff in the vault, because it's tied to a feat, I just don't know. I feel like that it needs to be gotten somewhere else, like an actual bot, because it's part of a feat. I don't know. It still goes into a line that some of these stuff just feels like it needs to be bought, maybe with marks or something. I don't know. I'm not complaining because I go into the vault for really, I just go in there for the cash and for the surprise of the mayhem. But that's me. I mean, stuff is always going to be tied to a vault, or going to be especially tied to a feat. With the Checkmate Informant stuff, I understand his grievance behind it, but I just move on. Because honestly, if I can't get that feat, I can't get that feat, and I just move to the next one I can get. Yeah, the Sharpshooter, I got the Sharpshooter back. I think I do. Maybe on another character. Then he goes into greed. The favorite thing I love to hear on the forums. Greed. How they are so greedy. And how are they greedy this time? Oh, let me tell you. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure I get this. Granted, you're a business, and I understand you need to make money to keep bringing out new content, but the prices are steep. Classic example of your greed. Raven. Once a week or 24 replay badges. Really? 24? All for a 20% chance to get a style drop? 80% to get a mark of reality? Tisk tisk. I need to find in the terms of service where DCUO or SOE has forced people to use replay badges. it's mandatory that you
No,
have to use replay badges.
They're twisting your arms, you know. I mean, they're making you use replay badges.
I mean, did they hire Hulk Hogan to put me in an arm bar? It's like, you're going to buy the replay badges, brother. You're going to do it. They're not twisting.
Of course.
They're not twisting anybody's arms or anything. You buy they offer a service. It's your choice to go for it. I can go. Let me actually pop up my inventory right now for my currency. My currency. I have 710 replay badges. 710. I use my replay badges right now for PvP because I'm either doing videos or I'm just doing whatever. My replay badges never really drop to a point that I need to go buy replay badges. You just don't. But it's just amazing how you find, and a lot of these forum posts are just, true, they're negative because you have to give out your grievances. You have to get that out. I understand it. I'm not getting leg dropped by Hulk Hogan. Not going to get leg dropped whatsoever. But, I mean, that was really the show. I knew they're going to come out with some big news today, and so I wanted to make sure we put a lot of focus onto the cool stuff that is Game Update 32. So remember, Game Update 32, we will be getting the winter seasonal event, bringing back Season's Greetings. We're going to get base items, too. It's going to be great. So fun. So much fun. I might even have to update my video from last year, too. Greatness. Gameplay 32 is also going to have the nature and sorcery power revamps. Whenever it hits test server, you will, of course, find me on the test server, giving you guys nice little streams for it. And a little bit further down the road, probably when it gets closer to launch for Gameplay 32, we will have Soar and Tharkus back on the show to talk about the changes. We probably won't have them both on the same time, because I don't feel that we need another 3-hour show. So we'll space them out. Promise to. And then Game Update 32 as well is going to have the PV2 Season 2. It's going to be so awesome. It's going to bring out new gear, the higher combat ratings for players to earn, and all the previous gear will get cycled down one level. So that last season's best gear is the second best gear this season, and each will receive new variant styles to collect. So I'm also reading this from the news archive that is on their main website right now. Nature's new power, Ric Flair, woo, nature boy. Oh, look at Michael Green going. He's so funny. And then of course, coming in December will be armories. I can't stop talking about armories. It's going to be so good to use these. So good. So much fun. And of course, DLC 9, War for the Light, will be coming out next year. Time frame not really certain, but it's going to come out next year for certain. Hey, you guys want to drop anything? Any knowledge on these folks? Maybe talk about your FNL tours a little bit before we go?
Go ahead.
Well, you're first, Super Patriot. I mean, your stuff is coming first.
Well, I mean,
sign up. Sign up fast
up.
because the slots are going to go.
Yeah,
this is your chance to take SOE's money back. Take it back from SOE.
There you go.
That's the way I look at it.
Same prizes as before, correct?
Yeah, same prizes, same format, just a different map. It ought to be real fun because the more of these we do, the smoother it gets. And I'm looking down the road when we do hopefully like a yearly championship where we take all those ranking players in the top 4 slots from each match and do like a super battle royale or something,
There you go. Red Dragon asks you, Patriot and Daddy, can we still watch your PS4 gameplay vids on your Twitch channel? Right at this moment, there is a little bit of a hiccup with the PlayStation 4 and Twitch that the gameplay footage that these guys stream is not being saved on their channel. It is Twitch does know about it, and they are working on a fix for it. They just don't know when it's going to be.
Yeah,
so
I'll still be streaming every morning from like usually when the kids go to school from like after 7 o'clock till maybe noon. I'm going to have to get a lot of feats and a lot of skill points done. So if they want to jump on and play with me, they feel free. They can watch, they can participate, or they can gank. I don't care. I was watching Spittle's tune yesterday, and he was getting ganked left and right over by the hospital area. I don't know if anybody else was watching that, but he had a new character that he was leveling.
I saw some of them talking about it in 5v5, yeah.
Yeah, these guys were being merciless. I mean, they were being royal capital dicks, you know.
That's what happens when you're famous. You're gonna get the bad as well as the good, as well as the good. Before we go, Aiden did remind me of a post that came out from PC Gamer earlier this week, and it was something that we've already heard about because I remember this from GameIndustry.biz when they were talking to SOE's Director of Global Communication Relations, Linda Carlson, aka Brass, on Twitter and the forums, talking about it's the SOE will ban players for online abuse outside of their games. Now, in my eyes, it's a step in the right direction. I have no problem with this whatsoever. It makes me want to be more in check of how I act outside. It's just like how, honestly, I feel the same way how it would work with a job. With one of my jobs, I had to conduct myself, if not my tower and I'm at that job, I had to conduct myself better. A lot of with the Twitter handles and with the character Facebook pages, they're using their in-game character names. So if you are you're a pretty stand-up guy in game and on the forums, but I mean, if you do something offensive on Twitter and it gets reported, you can get banned.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and Super Patriot, as the ban hammer himself, what do you feel about this? You actually weren't you on a panel at SW Live about this subject?
Yes, I was. I was on a forum etiquette panel. And yeah, I mean, I completely agree with it. I mean, because honestly, I mean, Daddy, you've spent some time on the PS3. I'm sure it's a lot worse on the Sony, on the PS3 and PS4 than it is on the PC with these keyboard street thugs.
Keyboard street thugs. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's it's something. It's something I think that I mean, well, there was we had that meeting too. We had that meeting too. At SOE Live, where we went over that, and I mean, you heard how vehemently I was talking about how more action needs to be taken. I mean, because there's trolling, and yeah, it's just a game and everything, and
well,
and stuff
was
like
recently
that.
a
But at
forum
the same
post.
time,
Sorry, go ahead.
Soups.
I'm sorry.
Train of thought.
Getting jumped. I know. But I mean, it's, these guys are always, just, constantly, I mean, there's, I mean, I report people. I am a snitch. I don't care. People call me a snitch for it. I don't care. I snitch on people left and freaking right on this game because of the way they act, sometimes. I mean, I've got, it's a strict league rule, in my league and all that, as far as, racial and, racial slurs are concerned, and sexual, talking about people's sexual orientations and stuff. And it's just it needs to stop. It needs to stop, and it just needs to stop. And I honestly feel that they need to take a stronger stance against it. There needs to be a firmer stance against it. Period.
I think MEPS just updated the rules and guidelines on the forums as well, to help stop trolling and stuff like that, and warning people they will be banned for their stuff that's on and off the site between the game and the forums and Twitter and Facebook and all the other stuff. I know he just did a small update recently, and I'm wondering if it's going to be coming out as a full-fledged announcement somewhere for SOE soon.
Good. Because earlier this year I went through an issue with a friend where they had some they went through a bad time on this game, and I did everything I could within my power to bring it to SOE's attention, and they helped them out quite significantly in that. And so yeah, when I got asked to be on that panel at SOE Live, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely, most definitely. But yeah, I'm glad to see that they are going to be taking a more active role in everything.
Yes, we are all,
all
very
right,
excited.
Well, I have to say goodnight, gentlemen. It's time for me to go, and I really appreciate you having me here once again. Hope I wasn't too boring tonight.
No, of course not. You want to drop off your information, everything, so people can find you?
Sure. I got a form sig with like a billboard now.
Yeah,
it's Daddio66 at Twitch, Daddio66 on Facebook, and it's Oidad at Twitch or twitchtv.com/Oidad or whatever it is. I'm out there. You can look for me. You can find me. I'm not hiding anywhere.
Well, there you go. Well, speaking of the whole shebang of self-promotions, so you can find us over on Facebook and on Twitter. Just find us at DCUO SourceCast, and we'll pop up right there. Super Patriot, where can we find you?
Well, of course, you can find me at youtube.com/thedicehouse. I know I've been really slack on getting the videos out. I'm having some issues with my recording equipment for the PS4. There's a workaround for it to record on the PS4, but I'm just having some issues with the software right now. So as soon as I get that figured out, I'll be getting more videos out. But you can also find me on facebook.com/thedicehouse there, and I'm also on Twitter at @thedicehouse there. Trex, where can we find you at?
You can, of course, find me over at youtube.com/Trexlight. And I do apologize for myself because I have been a little slack with my videos. Reason being is because I'm working on a top secret project right now, and it has taken a lot. The reason it's actually taken a lot of focus is because my 2 terabyte drive, I have a lot of information on it, and the way my recording goes, it uses a lot of that space. So I'm having to use a lot of that 2 terabyte for this project, and it leaves me little room to record something quick so I can get it out just for the YouTube channel's sake. But I should be trying to get some new stuff out next week, and cross my fingers. I know I have my temporal weapon video coming out next week, and I'm putting the final touches on my quantum loadout that everybody's been really waiting for since, launch of DLCs.
I would be remiss to. I've got to give a shout out to my league mate Zeus for coming into that Nexus raid that I was in earlier to help out with those guys. Because he did come in to fill in a DPS spot, and really appreciate his help there. I also want to thank my buddy American Hero here, who's grouped up with me to deal with these 3 villain cowards who have gone down to me 3v1 on a couple of occasions, except for when they tried to snipe me. But there's my shout-outs.
You can find me over at Facebook at /Trexlight, and especially on the Twitter at This Is Trex. I want to definitely thank Daddio for joining us once again. It's great having him back. Cannot wait for the next FNL Living Legends tournament. So I'm going to play that beautiful outro music, and you all have yourselves a great Friday night. Remember, tomorrow, Day of the Doctor Who 50th anniversary. I'm dropping it. I don't care. It's going to be... stop it. This is not Abbott and Costello time. Stop it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, actually, we won't see you guys next week. It's Thanksgiving next weekend. We won't have a show next week, along with FNL. So if I can stream, I can stream. But, be thankful for what you have. Hang out there with your families. And if not, I'll try to stream. You guys can hang out with me for the holidays. I'll see you, or even Super Patriot. Go stream with him. He's a streamer now. He's weird like that.
Yep, I am streaming right now.
You're streaming right now?
No, not right now. Not right now. I was earlier.
Well, I know earlier.
Somebody tweeted me saying I was getting in on. I was trying to get in on
FNL on the
FNL
time
slot, and I was like, no, I'm taking it back for the SourceCast.
Taking it back. All right, guys. See you guys in 2 weeks. You guys have a nice holiday.
That's it. Game's over. Step along, nothing to see. Get going before my good mood wears off.